Hello aspirants, welcome to my channel Smart Journey to Success and welcome back to our TGPSC DyEO preparation. సో మనం పేపర్ టు పార్ట్ ఏ టాపిక్స్ని డిస్కస్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం కదా. సో ఈరోజు నేషనల్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ పాలసీస్ ఇన్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఇండియాని డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. సో దీంట్లో మనము నేషనల్ పాలసీ ఆన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ 1968, నేషనల్ పాలసీ ఆన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ 1986, ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఆఫ్ యాక్షన్ 1992, నేషనల్ పాలసీ ఫర్ ఐసిటీ 2012, నేషనల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ 2020. సో ఈ టాపిక్స్ని నేను టూ వీడియోస్గా చేస్తున్నాను. సో ఈ వీడియోలో మనం నేషనల్ పాలసీ ఆన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ 1968, నేషనల్ పాలసీ ఆన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ 1986ని డిస్కస్ చేసుకుందాం. ఓకే, లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్. నేషనల్ పాలసీ ఆన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ 1968. Okay. So first introduction. First national policy on education in independent India, announced in 1968, based on the recommendations of the Kothari Commission 1964 to 66. So it was aimed at the radical reconstruction of the education system. Okay, and it focused on national development, character building, moral values, common citizenship, and national integration. Now, what are the objectives of NEP 1968? It is a universalized education, improve the quality of education, promote national integration, develop scientific attitude, ensure equal educational opportunities, modernize the education system, promote social and economic development. Now, major recommendations of NEP 1968. First is free and compulsory education. So, free and compulsory education for all the children up to 14 years, reduce dropouts, wastage, and stagnation. Ensure every child completes elementary education. Next, status and education of teachers. Improve teacher status, salary, and service conditions. Give academic freedom to teachers. Encourage research and publication. Strengthen in service teacher training. Next, development of languages. సో ఇక్కడ రీజనల్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ని ప్రమోట్ చేయాలి అండ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ ద 3 లాంగ్వేజ్ ఫార్ములాని ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేశారు. ఫస్ట్ హిందీ స్పీకింగ్ స్టేట్స్లో హిందీ ప్లస్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ప్లస్ వన్ మోడర్న్ ఇండియన్ లాంగ్వేజ్, సౌత్ ఇండియన్ లాంగ్వేజ్. నెక్స్ట్, నాన్ హిందీ స్పీకింగ్ స్టేట్స్లో రీజనల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ప్లస్ హిందీ ప్లస్ ఇంగ్లీష్. సో టు ప్రమోట్ హిందీ యాజ్ అ లింక్ లాంగ్వేజ్, encourage Sanskrit, promote learning of English and international languages. Next, equalization of educational opportunity. Equal education for all regardless of religion, caste, gender, class, ability. So reduce rural urban educational gaps, reduce male female educational differences, introduce the common school system, merit based admissions, protect educational interest of disadvantaged groups, promote inclusive education for children with special needs. Next, identification of talent. So identify talented students at an early stage, provide opportunities to develop their talents fully. Work experience and national service. Introduce work experience in education, promote community service, encourage national service, and develop character, discipline, social responsibility. Next is science, education, and research. Give high priority to science and technology. Make science and mathematics compulsory throughout the school education. Promote scientific research. Support national economic development. Next is education for agriculture and industry. Establish one agriculture university in every state. Strengthen agriculture education. Expand technical education. Provide practical training. Review manpower needs regularly. Next is production of books. Produce high quality textbooks. Reduce frequent textbook changes. Lower textbook prices. Publish books in regional languages. Develop common textbooks across the country. Next is examination reforms. Improve the reliability of examinations, improve the validity of examinations. Next is secondary education. Consider secondary education as an instrument of social change. Expand technical and vocational education. Next is university education. Establish new universities only after ensuring adequate funds, strengthening postgraduate education, improve research facilities, develop laboratories and libraries, strengthen centers for advanced studies. Part-time and correspondence education. Expand part-time education, promote correspondence courses, give equal status to part-time and full-time education. Next is adult education and literacy. Remove adult illiteracy, conduct literacy campaigns, involve teachers and students, promote lifelong learning, games and sports, improve physical fitness, develop sportsmanship, include physical education in schools. Now, what is the educational structure? Introduce the 10 plus 2 plus 3 patterns across India, Increase public expenditure on education to 6% of the national income. So, achievements. First national education policy in India, it was implemented the 10 plus 2 plus 3 education system, introduced the three language formula, promoted science and technology, focused on equal educational opportunities, strengthened teacher education, promoted national integration, guided Indian education for about 20 years. Okay, so futures of NPE 1986. National System of Education. Continued 10 plus 2 plus 3 educational structure. Introduced National Curriculum Framework. Common core curriculum included freedom movement, constitution, national identity, secularism, democracy, social justice, environmental protection. Next is early childhood care and education. సో ఇట్ ఫోకస్డ్ ఆన్ చిల్డ్రన్ బిలో 6 years. ఎవరైతే 6 years బిలో ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళ మీద ఫోకస్ చేశారు. ఏది ఎర్లీ చైల్డ్హుడ్ కేర్ అండ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్. సో ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్ త్రూ ఐసిడిఎస్, అంగన్వాడీస్, బాల్వాడీస్, ప్రీ ప్రైమరీ స్కూల్స్, డే కేర్ సెంటర్స్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఏమేంటి? ఫిజికల్ డెవలప్మెంట్, మెంటల్ డెవలప్మెంట్, న్యూట్రిషన్, హెల్త్ కేర్. ఎలిమెంటరీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ 3 major goals అనమాట. ఏంటి అదంటే యూనివర్సల్ ఎన్రోల్మెంట్, యూనివర్సల్ రిటెన్షన్ అప్ టు 14 years, quality improvement. Now, child centered education, activity based learning, no corporal punishment, joyful learning. Operation Backbone, launched to improve infrastructure in primary schools, provided 3 classrooms, blackboard, maps, charts, toys, teaching learning materials, library, at least 3 teachers, 50% women teachers. Next is minimum levels of learning. Every child should achieve minimum learning outcomes at every stage. Focus into reading, writing, mathematics, basic competencies. Education for equality. Focused on weaker sections, included women, SCs, STs, OBCs, minorities, persons with disabilities. Next is women education. Objectives: remove female literacy, equal educational opportunities, increase enrollment, reduce dropout rate. Now, education of SC and ST. Recommendations ఏంటి? Schools in tribal areas, schools in backward areas, priority to SC/ST habitations, 100% enrollment target 6 to 11 years. Now, education of minorities. Equal educational opportunities, preserve language and culture. Next is education of children with disabilities. వాళ్ళ రికమెండేషన్స్ ఏంటి అంటే ఇంక్లూజివ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్, స్పెషల్ స్కూల్స్ ఫర్ సివియర్ డిజబిలిటీస్, హాస్టల్ ఫెసిలిటీస్, vocational education, teacher training. Non-formal education, school dropouts, working children, girls unable to attend school, children without nearby schools. Implemented through voluntary organizations, Panchayati Raj institutions. Now, secondary education. Recommendations: expansion in unserved areas, increase girls' education, more opportunities for SC/ST students, residential schools for talented children. Now, Navodaya Vidyalayas, established for rural talented students. Features: residential, quality education, reservation for rural students, reservation for SC/STs. Now, vocationalization of education. Objective: reduce pressure on higher education. Target: 10% higher secondary students by 1995, 25% by 2000. Introduce vocational courses at +2 stage. Higher education. Recommendations: improve quality, autonomous colleges, autonomous departments, better teacher evaluation, audiovisual teaching, research promotion, interdisciplinary research. Open and distance education. Expanded higher education through distance learning, open universities. IGNO made the coordinating agency. Delinking degrees from jobs. Idea: jobs should depend on skills rather than degrees. Suggested: National Evaluation Organization, competency based testing. Rural universities. Recommended: rural universities based at Ghanaian Basic Foundation. Rural development oriented education. Technical and management education. Integrate technical and management education. Promote emerging technologies. Strengthening technical manpower information system. Technical education for women, weaker sections, persons with disabilities. Other important features: National Curriculum Framework, equal opportunity for all, lifelong education, child centered approach, pace setting schools, technical education, management education. Now, what important schemes introduced? Operation Blackboard. Purpose and improve primary school infrastructure. Navodaya Vidyalayas. Residential schools for talented rural children. Non-formal education. Education for dropouts and working children. Open university. Distance education. Minimum levels of learning ensure basic competencies. Important years. Challenges of education approach in 1985. National Policy on Education 1986. And Parliament adopted National Policy Education 1986. Program of Action 1992. This is about National Policy Education 1968 and 86. In the next video, we are going to discuss Program of Action 1992 National Policy for ICT 2012. So for daily videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.